this country who work hard every day. Not for fame or fortune do they strive, but the fruits of their labor are worth more than their pay, and it's time a few of them were recognized.
And we are back. You are listening to The Mark White Show, and I'm your host, Mark White. Right now, we have on the line TK Devine, and he is the founder of Our Backyard Homes. Welcome to the show, TK.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on. I reached out to you because I saw a special video where you were talking about how these homes were made and what you're trying to do there in California. If you would, just give us a background of what has led to these homes and what you're doing now.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now we're still in the advocacy segment of what we're trying to pull off. So essentially what we're looking to do is we have tiny houses on wheels that we're looking to place into the backyards of urban houses here in Los Angeles. So basically what we have are these off-grid structures that are fully self-sustaining. They make their own power, they make their own water, they make their own electricity and sewage and gray water dispersal to a rooftop garden. So it's fairly sophisticated technology that's intended to be able to fit into these pockets of residential space here in the city and utilize free space in a way that the city really needs it, because we have a huge problem with homelessness here. The last numbers in were 53,000 people on the streets.
Oh, me.
It's a big problem, and yeah, we need a solution.
And one of the things, of course, being on wheels, even here in Alabama, there are a lot of laws and ordinances, but if it's on wheels, it actually allows some flexibility that otherwise you wouldn't have if they were permanent dwellings.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting when you look at the legislative side of wheeled dwellings. So here in LA right now, there's nothing in the code that says you can't do it, but if a neighbor complains, then the city can come and have you leave. So right now, it's not the best solution, but it's not the worst either. The city's currently taking a look at laws, at an ordinance. They're proposing an ordinance right now for tiny houses on wheels. So we're part of that conversation to try to influence that language so it supports our technology and our concept.
How did you come to found this organization? What was your... I understand that it was for the homeless, but what led you to this? Are you an engineer by trade, anything of that nature?
Oh, far from it. No. Basically, myself and just a group of friends that became just a group of concerned citizens like myself got together, and there's such a huge problem here, and driving around the city, you can't help but run into all these encampments. There's a lot of obvious RVs and vehicles folks are living in. Rent itself is just skyrocketing. So
yes,
a lot of folks here are feeling it themselves in their everyday lives. The middle class feels the squeeze. Rent has gone up, 2 or 3 times in some areas. I moved here in 2010, and the place that I rented out when I first moved to Los Angeles is now 2.5 times as expensive as it was before. So that's a really, really big increase, and a lot of people aren't feeling that same increase in their wages. And so I think a lot of us that got together about this started feeling a lot of sympathy for folks who are on the street, because we feel like there's a big rise in the number of economic homeless folks who just don't have enough money to afford housing and are just trying to find ways in the event of an emergency to just get through a tough time. And so we wanted to do something to change that, and this is part of that solution.
And that's happening across the country. And, of course, you laid out a number of 53,000. And across the country, there are people who are homeless. And I remember one time somebody asked me, I formed a nonprofit called Difference Makers. And the individual asked, well, how many homeless are there in the community? And it doesn't matter if it's 1 or 53,000. We need to try to find a way, if possible, to give them a place to live, a place that's clean, an environment that helps them to Lord willing, be productive, and to find ways that they can help in the community. And I know that's what your goal is to find these homes for homeless. And I'm hoping that somewhere along the way, somebody listens, whether it's in the state of Alabama or Colorado or wherever somebody's listening, that they latch on to that. And how could somebody be a part of Our Backyard Homes, find out information about what you guys are doing to broaden this other than just Los Angeles? I know you're reaching out beyond that. How can somebody be a part of this effort?
Well, yeah, first of all, absolutely. I think regardless of what any individual or group out there can do to help one people or a million people, I think that's wonderful. And we recognize that this backyard home solution, particularly in Los Angeles, is going to take some time to unfold. And if we can help one or two people at first, and then, if it balloons into other areas, and that's wonderful. As far as anyone that is interested in learning more about us or helping out, they can check us out at www.ourbackyardhomes.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're also on Instagram with Our Backyard Homes as a handle. So you guys can check us out there and learn more about the program. If you want to get involved, contact us. We'll talk. I love to field comments and emails from folks who are interested in helping, because there are ways to help. We have a team that's pretty broad. I've got folks who are helping on, say, the GIS mapping side that don't live in LA at all.
Okay.
There are ways to help remotely with the issue here, or I can always talk to folks about what's going on in their community and see if there's a way to apply our concept elsewhere.
Well, and that's what we want to do here. So we'll be in touch, TK, and we'll be talking more about what we can do here in Alabama with Our Backyard Homes. And I want to tell you, I appreciate what you're doing and the people who have decided to be a part of the organization to help make this happen for folks in Los Angeles. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all the volunteers and all those who are working to make this happen for the homeless.
Well, thank you, and likewise. Anything anyone can do for the community, I think, is a real good thing. So hopefully we can have more folks who are doing whatever they believe in to make a difference.
Absolutely, and TK has given us the information for you to reach out, and he would love for you to reach out to him if you have any questions and want more information about Our Backyard Homes. Thank you, TK Devine, for joining me this morning.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Have a safe day. We'll talk to you later.
You too. Thank you.
You've been listening to TK Devine. He is the founder of Our Backyard Homes. If you want more information, you can go to Facebook, Our Backyard Homes. Send him a message and he'll respond. When we come back, we will have Jessica Borklin joining us, and she's going to talk about her daughter. She had posted a while back about her daughter turning 11 years old. She wasn't supposed to make it to 5. But we're going to talk to Jessica about what had happened and now where her daughter is today. And I'm looking forward to that conversation. So I hope you'll stick with me. You're listening to The Mark White Show, and I'm your host, Mark White.